Go.
I think you're supposed to set it off, sir.
Yeah, I know, but your deep breath really threw me off. It sounded like you were getting ready to say something.
I was leaning in.
Like I thought you were getting ready to start it. Okay, never mind. Welcome back to the Fricken Dad podcast.
The only podcast that runs on CP time.
Yeah, I don't think you switched it up that much. I think
No,
it actually stayed relatively the same.
didn't. I had it different in my head until you messed me up.
Sorry. My bad.
Stifling my creativity.
I'm not trying to, you know.
I just want to shine, baby. Let me live.
Yeah, I just want you to be yourself.
Let me live.
Well, you know, did my first well no, I feel like I failed at my first adult attempt of something the other day. Changing my tire. That was such a tragedy. That day was so bad.
You learned a lot.
I mean, I know how to change it now. Cause did I tell you what ended up happening?
Last time we talked, you were going to reach out to your auntie for help.
Oh, well, I reached out to her and she said, call roadside assistance. And I was like, all right, go to hell. So, yeah, I was like, I can't believe you. Because she said she didn't know how to change a tire. And I was like, okay. She was like, well, you don't have roadside assistance. You can't call them. And I was like, okay, whatever. I don't care. Never mind. So I hung up. And then I called I called my mom. And then, because I thought that he was with her. And then she was like, oh, no, he's at home. Call him. So I called him. He didn't answer. So then I called Nana so that I could talk to Papa. And then Papa was sitting there trying to walk me through it, but he kept using words that I didn't know what he was talking about. Like he kept telling me to put the jack under the axle, and I was like, I don't know what that means. I'm gonna need a color, a shape, a material. I need something more than the axle. And he was like, I don't know how to explain it other than the axle. It's like, okay, well, that doesn't help me at all. And then Uncle Danny ended up calling me back. So then I got on the phone with him and he was like walking me through it. But it was so funny because the jack that came in the back of my car, because I've seen like the ones that like you stick the handle in it and you pump it up. Mm-hmm. This one was like the turny one. Mm-hmm. So it at the end of it with like the screw that you turn, basically it almost looked like a key that had like a hole in it.
Right.
So I was trying to figure out like how to use it, because then like the handle had like a hook on the end, like it looked like a long ass like fish hook or something. Uh-huh. So I tried to stick it in the hole and like twist it like a screwdriver, but then obviously you can't twist it like for very long because it doesn't really have a handle on it. It's like, okay, well that's not gonna work. So then I ended up sticking it in, and I had to keep moving it. Like it was such a weird sensation. But yeah. So he was telling me, he was like, oh yeah, like, and mind you, by the time that Uncle Danny and I got on the phone, I already had the car basically just jacked all the way up. Cause then Papa was just like, put it somewhere where it looks stable. So my dumb ass, I was like, okay, well, I don't know how far it's supposed to go in, and I can't really like turn it if it's in super far. So I put it on the body of the car, and I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to do that. I thought it was gonna be stable enough. But so then I had it basically jacked up all the way, and he was like, oh yeah, and then Uncle Danny goes, yeah, and before you start jacking it up, make sure you loosen the bolts on the tire. And I was like, so what do you mean by that? What exactly do you mean by that, sir? And he was like, well, if you get it jacked all the way up and like something about loosening the bolts and then the tire's just gonna spin, yada yada yada, whatever. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, okay. Give me a second. So then I had to jack it all the way back down. And then I tried to loosen the bolts, and the bolts were not loosening. So I had to get up and jump on the wrench over and over again to get the bolts to loosen. So then I started jacking it up again, and I finally like kind of got the hang of like how I was using the jack, even though I found out I was not using it correctly. But I ended up jacking it all the way up again, and he was like, okay, yeah. And then he was like, yeah, go ahead and just take the tire off. It has to be high enough, whatever. And he was like, yeah, just make sure that the jack doesn't fall out. And I was like, okay, but how do you know that? And he was like, well, like, you know, if you start to loosen the things and then it starts to move, like it's probably not on there, right? So like, okay. So then of course I go to loosen it, and then it creaks, and I was like, yep, nope, it's not gonna work. And so I took it out, and then I was like, okay, so I don't know exactly where I'm really supposed to put this, because I put it like so there's the door, right? Mm-hmm. And then I have put it on the part of the car that's underneath of the door. Like right underneath the door behind the front tire. Yeah. And he was like, oh yeah, no, don't put it on there. That's the body. It's going to damage it. Da, 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 da. And sure enough, when I took the thing out, the body was all types of bent, but whatever. It's not that bad. So then he was like, okay, well, what's like underneath the car? And I was like explaining it to him. And then like I sent him pictures and he was like, okay, well, don't put it there. Don't put it there. And he was like, yeah, I don't really know because apparently cars like that don't have an axle. And then also he ended up telling me how to use the jack the correct way. Then we found out I was missing pieces in my jack because he was like, I would just tell you to put it all the way underneath the car. And that would probably be the safest bet. But then I didn't have a jack extender. So I spent probably like a cool 2 hours trying to jack my tire up and take it off and everything, and then to find out that I couldn't do it. So then he was like, okay, well, give me a second, I'll call you back. And he hung up, and then he called my mom, and then my mom called me and she goes, so you can't do it? I was like, okay, why he had to wrap me out like that? Like, you didn't have to do all that. That was unnecessary. So then she was like, okay, well, you're gonna have to call somebody. And so I was like, okay, well, I don't really know who to call. And then she was like, well, you better figure it out. So then I ended up calling Derek, and then I guess him and Violet have like some guy that like works on her car or whatever. And so then they sent him over to me, and then he like took my tire. And then, mind you, also it was just a bad day. I think this is why I'm stressed, because it really just started out with this last weekend. Because this was Saturday, and we were supposed to go out at 10 p.m. and I was supposed to do all my homework and stuff like that before then. But obviously, I didn't because of this damn tire. So then they sent over the guy, whatever. He took my tire. He was like, okay, I'll be back in the car. Will be done by 5:30. And I was like, okay. So mind you, it's probably like, I think it's like 5 now at the time that he actually took my tire away. Well, it's prime time traffic time. He was like, okay, never mind. I'll actually be there at 7:30. I was like, okay. Then I somehow ended up falling asleep, and I woke up to like 16 missed calls from both Derek and the tire guy. And I was like, oh shit. Well, that fucking sucks. But then I guess he ended up somehow getting into the parking garage and changing the tire, and then and Derek had paid him for me. And then I paid Derek back. But I was like, damn, like I'm just not having a good day. So I woke up and cried. So my nap wasn't as peaceful as I thought it was going to be. And then I go out there, and then like the tire's on and everything. But then also it was funny because when he came to take the tire off, I had asked him where he's putting the jack at. Why is it on the damn metal piece that that Uncle Danny told me not to put the damn thing on? So in reality, I could have changed it myself the whole time.
Right.
But I guess you live and you learn.
That's what happens.
Now I know how to change a tire, though.
I think that's a plus. You can put that on your resume.
Yeah, just in time for my road trip tomorrow. So if anything happens, I still got the spare in the back, so that's cool.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that was an adventure of a day. That was crazy. But I feel like now I know pretty much what to do with in every type of emergency with my car now.
You've had a couple.
Because I know how to change the tire now. I know what to do when the car overheats. And then I also know where to put either water or antifreeze in the car. I hope it's the same in this car, actually, because I don't really know how it is in this car.
Pretty much.
But I'm sure it is. But yeah, I know how to do that. What else have I had wrong with my car? Should I bring some tacks just in case like the ceiling falls off?
This one you should be good.
Sure hope so. But yeah, so I feel like that was my first like official adult fail,
Yeah, and I wouldn't even necessarily call it a fail. Well, maybe a swing and a miss, but
yeah. Oh yeah, and we have fans, Dad.
Fans?
We have fans. Yeah. Some of my coworkers be listening to the podcast, and today, because it's Wednesday and the podcast episode is not uploaded, I got asked today when I wait, what is today's not freaking Wednesday. I meant yesterday. Podcast is not uploaded, and I went into work and I was asked where the podcast episode was at.
Nice.
Yeah. So we have some fans,
Right
we're
on.
getting there. We're working our way up.
Right on. Hey fans, thanks guys. Appreciate you.
Everybody say hi, Mai. 1, 2, 3. Hi,
Mai. Like, share.
Yeah, but now we have some fans.
Right on. I appreciate my fans. I always want to say that.
Yeah, speaking of appreciate my fans, let's talk about icons with expiration dates.
Oh, snap. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, because what really made me start to think about this was them damn Drake tickets. Did you see the prices for those?
I did not. The last thing I heard about Drake was he missed out on some shows because he was partying too much the day before.
I didn't even hear that.
Mm-hmm. TMZ.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, his concert tickets literally insane. Let me actually pull up the price, the lowest price for you in Atlanta, Georgia, because they're crazy. Literally cuz I think the cheapest right now, hold on. What is his name? What did I just say, Drake?
Drake. You already canceled him.
It's all a blur tour. Okay. So for nosebleeds up at the very top, the cheapest tickets right now are $338.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then like I have like some of my older people over at work talking about some damn I seen Drake a couple years ago for $20.
Hmm.
I'm like, so what do you mean by that, Drake?
Yeah.
Cuz Drake is one of those people where like, he's cool, but I don't know, me personally, I think that he fell off after Hotline Bling.
I can say for a fact, I was kind of a fan. Well, no, I was a fan. I was a fan of Drake. I like Drake. But for sure, this last one with him and 21 Savage,
Yeah.
I didn't, not so much.
And that's what the damn tour is. That's why I'm like, oh, like we could really do without it. And then like I don't know, maybe it's because I'm seeing him this weekend at Dreamville, but I'm like, I paid $300 in total to see like 30 artists. I'm not paying $330 just to see you in 21. And mind you, I don't even listen to 21 like that. So I don't know, maybe shit, it's worth it to other people because they bought them shit. But I'm just like, yeah, no, I can't get behind that. Just like with SZA. Did you see SZA's ticket prices?
No.
Oh my god. Cheapest tickets were $500.
Wow.
Like, I mean, after like all the resale and stuff like that. But people were still buying them, which is insane to me. Like, that's another thing. Like, I love SZA. I love me a good control, but this last album, I can't get past the first half.
Hmm. I knew you were a
I'm just
fan. She was at the last festival you were at, right? Or did I make that up?
no.
I made that up.
No, she's not. She wasn't at the last festival.
Yeah, I knew you were a fan because we had talked about checking one of her shows.
Did we?
Mm-hmm. That's before I really knew who
Maybe.
she was. You were trying to hit me.
Drake and SZA dated?
No, I didn't know that.
Maybe that's why their ticket price is so damn expensive. They correlated with that shit.
Yeah.
They came together to decide the ticket prices.
Yeah, but like you said, folks are paying it for it. So I guess until people stop paying, go ahead and do your thing. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do it. I don't have that kind of disposable cash. That's not no sir. I not to end up in a nosebleed where I'm gonna probably have to watch you on a TV anyways. No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I could
Yeah.
spend that
Especially
300
because
and get a
like
better TV.
Cause like you're right, you're not no Beyonce, and Beyonce's tickets are cheaper. Beyonce's nosebleed tickets are $100.
Yeah.
More people need to be like Beyonce because I don't know. I heard somewhere that like the way that she released this, like the tickets for this tour or whatever, made it so that like bots couldn't buy the tickets and like resell them or whatever. Because that's really what it is. Like, and I guess. I guess I was gonna just say that like Beyonce was smart about her ticket release, but I guess maybe it's really the artists that don't release the tickets like that are being smart. Because like obviously you have people buying them for $500, so I guess you are making more money that way. But I'm just like, damn, like, do you care about? Is it the check or the fans?
And I don't know how much of that is getting to them though either. Like, you keep hearing about Ticketmaster being in trouble with the government, and they trying to figure out how they come up with their prices and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Like the government ain't got nothing better to do. I don't. So I'm assuming it's a pretty big deal if you can't get into Taylor Swift. I don't know what that kind of crap is all about, man. That's yeah. This concert ticket thing is crazy to me, and it seems like it's a new thing. I don't remember that being that big of a deal when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm. I don't even think that I heard about them like being like involved or like messing with the government or whatever.
Yeah, Congress has looked into a couple of things, and it got my attention with Taylor Swift because I
Hmm.
remember reading something that was like the Swifties are upset. I'm like, what the fuck is a Swiftie? So I had to look into that a little bit more before I get outside and get attacked by a Swiftie, and I didn't even know what it was.
You don't want to get Swifties?
I don't want to get Swiftied, baby. I'm not as fast as I used to be. I can't get away from them Swifties.
That is funny. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know, because from what I understood, and maybe like you said, this is like a more recent thing or whatever, but I thought Ticketmaster was one of the more legitimate websites to buy tickets from.
They're one of the staples. I mean, they've been in the game the longest that I know of.
Hmm.
Ticketmaster's been around forever. I'm sure my first concert tickets came from Ticketmaster. So
Really, Ticketmaster's been around that
you
long?
know what? Shut your filthy mouth.
Sorry, that just surprised
Yeah,
me.
it did.
You know,
I could hear the surprise in your tone.
that's a long
Yeah,
time.
it caught you off guard. Apparently,
that's a that's a long time.
there's been concerts that long. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but I thought like that's where you had to like go to like the show box and like actually buy the physical ticket for like $5 type thing. Like
You know the spot
tickets
was called the
tickets is in black
Showbox,
and
right?
yeah, Soto.
Okay. Okay.
But like I'm just like like I thought you had to like go and like sit in the line like get your physical ticket. You know,
That was an option as well. He
you
totally
didn't
off.
have all the digital tickets and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
didn't do e-tickets and all that crap. You had people out front with like paper tickets talking about, yeah, I got tickets. I got tickets.
that's funny.
Yeah, now you
Mm-mm-mm.
probably get an e-ticket and a virus or something. Who knows what would happen?
What if you bought something from outside the damn
Right,
concert?
right.
Yeah.
So you're ready for Drake to step down?
Yeah, Drake's done his time, I think. Until we get more I don't even know what the album is called, I'm not gonna lie to you. The one where he's like a baby, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
With the blue background.
The cover, I see it in my head. Yeah.
Yeah. Until we have more of that, I don't want to hear it.
But some of the artists just go through bumps and bruises though too, because like I'm a big fan of Eminem, and he's been in it for a minute, and he put out a couple albums where he's like, I'm not sure if I'm really if I can get
Has he
fully
see
behind
and like
that.
with him, I don't think that I've heard that Eminem's released any new music.
He's done something within the last year or two. Um, yeah, I'm still rocking that Music to Be Murdered to. I think that's the name of it. That one's pretty tight. But
This
there's another one
is
that's come out not that long ago.
wow, yeah, 2022 Curtain Call. I have not heard. What? Beyonce's on one? Hold on. Rihanna? Wait a minute. I'm confused. Are these old? Love. Why is Love the Way You Lie in this? That was then says 2022.
I don't know.
Stop it. Wait a minute. Okay, so after this, I'm gonna have to listen because I'm lost. The Monsters on this too. See, we already been heard this. Huh. Interesting. Rap Gods on there too. Okay, maybe these are like remixes.
Or maybe they haven't all been on the same album. I don't know. Get me the
Yeah,
line.
maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
Get me the line. who you putting on the who else is going on the short list?
What? Where they could step down?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Me personally, I'm not a big fan of like Glorilla.
No, I'm not sure that I've heard a whole lot of her music. I've more seen her on different platforms talking about stuff more so
Mm-hmm.
than music. Can we? Why do we care about some of these people's opinions? That cracks me up, man. As soon as you get a little success, somebody want to put a mic in your face and ask you questions that you ain't got no business answering.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, because when you were talking about some, like, how can we, or can we talk about, like, how some people even step up for real? I think it has to, like, I think now it's less about, like, the quality of the content that people put out, and it's more about, like, the uniqueness in a way. Like, whether it's, like, looks or, like, sound or whatever. Like, it doesn't even have to be good. It just has to be new, basically.
So could now let me ask you this because I'm just it's not my demographic 9 times out of 10 that they're trying to cater to, but do you think an unattractive rapper that had skills can get on?
Shit. Okay. Girl or guy, though?
Either or. I would think an attractive guy would get on faster than an unattractive girl, but I still
Yeah,
think
because
it.
That's what I would say too. I think that, like, me personally, it's really just about the sound. Like, I don't really give a fuck what you look like, but I think that in the industry and like what it is now is definitely like has to do with attractiveness. Although I don't know really because like I'm not a hater, but I don't think Glorilla's the most attractive person, and she's at the tippity top.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't. And maybe it's just me, and maybe it's because she keeps talking about how fat her ass is. I don't know what it is, but like I can't get behind her. But I definitely do think that yeah, but I don't really know because like I said, I think that it really has to do with like uniqueness. Like for example, like Ice Spice, like she's pretty. I don't think her music's that good, but
Right?
I think that she's also new because like I don't know that there has ever been a redhead rapper, black woman.
Not that I recall. No, not that made any bit of a splash.
Cause like right now, like I feel like a lot of cause even I seen on an interview, I think with like Coi Leray maybe, she was talking about how like everybody was making fun of her or whatever when she first started out because like her song was like a quote unquote like TikTok song, and she was like, okay, but I'm out here getting 13 million plays because of TikTok. So like it really is what it is. Like it's either you're about your money or like you like whatever she was talking about. So like I just don't know. Cause like, for example, Ice Spice. Like I really don't like I said, I don't think that her music is that good. I am not really impressed like with her bars for real, like nothing like that. But like everybody be making memes out of her.
Right.
So it's like how did you really come up for real?
Yeah. But shit, you can go back a couple and look at a couple few other folks though too, and be like, well, really, what are you known for? The whole Kardashian clan.
I was gonna say like
Yeah,
Kardashians, they could step down.
yeah. I don't
I'm
know what
ready.
that was
They
about.
they done their time too. I'm ready for them to step down.
And how many seasons was that show?
Too fucking many.
And people was really like, hey, I gotta rush home to go see this. I don't want nobody to spoil it for me. Man, get the fuck out of here with that.
You don't like Chloe, Dad?
Man, she's probably the one I do like, but the rest of the clan kick rocks. I mean, not even in a bad way, but like I don't care. Why do I care? What?
Right.
Why are you taking up an hour or so on TV? I don't. I get it. There's a lot of channels and you got to fill content, but why do I care about this? And it just kept
Yeah.
happening. I mean, yeah. Should I say the same? But maybe I'm weird because like yeah, like I think that happens a lot where the media will push one thing or another on you and try to make you care, and then what you see is all the people that do care or whatever, and it's like why do I care? Why do you care? This is dumb.
Right. You know another person who could step down, and this is going to be such an unpopular opinion, but Nicki Minaj.
I thought she did.
No, she's still out here fighting with like beefing over dumb shit. Like, did you hear about her and Lotto fighting?
No, I thought that was cool.
No, well, they might be now, but they weren't for a minute because I guess Nicki was mad because Lotto got an award that okay, maybe I could be totally lying, but I want to say they were put up in an award show in the same category. The songs weren't even like remotely should have been in the same category, but basically Lotto won. Nikki was mad and was like basically bashing Lotto over something that wasn't her fault because like Lotto didn't put herself in that damn category and
Right.
she didn't give herself the damn award. And what are you hating on like what are you sitting here hating for? Because she was like, yeah, y'all need to give these OG rappers who you get your inspiration from their flowers, da, 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 da. And I guess like Lotto had multiple times before, and now there's there's scandal type stuff where like Lotto used very 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 similar like lines and bars or whatever as Nicki, and so then they were like beefing, and then like there was like a phone call leaked between them where like they was fighting, and Lotto was like, well, like whatever, but it was just some bullshit. I was like, what do you hate? Like that's like a damn high schooler hating on a middle schooler for. Like let the girl go. Like and if you know that she's taking inspo from you, shouldn't you just be proud and move on with it? Like because again, it's not her fault that she got the award. Like she didn't do that, and everybody knows that the award shows are a scam.
It's a popularity contest.
Like but everybody knows, especially when it comes to black people, everybody knows that shit is a joke. Just like how Angela Basset got robbed at the Oscars. Oh god.
What now?
I
Let
was
me
so
ask you
mad.
this.
I was so mad
because I didn't bother to go past the headlines with that one. But Well, what movie was Angela Bassett in, and then what movie was Jamie Lee Curtis in that was getting nominated? Do you know?
Angela Bassett was in Black Panther because she was getting put up for that like little monologue scene or whatever that she had done.
Uh huh.
And then Jamie Lee Curtis was put up for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I don't know if you watched that.
I haven't seen it
I
yet.
didn't watch it.
I haven't seen
I
it
didn't
yet.
watch it, but I heard it was very, very good and it deserved all the awards that it got. But the fact that like every other, because I'm pretty sure every other actor in that category was from that movie, but I just thought it was interesting how the one white lady won, especially when she didn't really like, from what I heard, she didn't really play a part in that for real. Like she was like a cash register or something, like cash register lady or something like that. Like I get that it was like best supporting actress, but like from what I heard, she didn't do much. And everyone was like, "Well, guys, it's her first award." I'm like, "Okay, but it wasn't deserved. This should be her last award. Like this shouldn't even have been an award. Sit down."
I will reserve my judgment until I actually see the movie.
No, but I was pissed.
Yeah, I
Because
can tell. Fool
Angela
booty.
should have won that.
Oh my gosh, you can't say that if you haven't seen the other thing. You can't. She shouldn't have won just because she's black.
No, but she still should have won.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
it's
I
sweet.
felt the emotion. I cried.
Yeah, the look that they caught. I don't know who be there snapping pictures, but they caught her. That
I was gonna say because even Jamie Lee Curtis didn't think that she should have won.
yeah.
She looked surprised. So that has to tell you, like the way that Angela looked disappointed. Michael B. and what's the other guy's name that went up there right after that? The guy who
I
is
don't
also
know.
in Creed and then plays whatever his name
Yeah,
is, Jonathan Majors. When they both went up there and was like, "Hey, auntie," or whatever, because they knew that she should have won. Everybody knew she should have won.
No, everybody expected her to win. Don't say that they
But
knew she should have.
well, she should have, because if everyone expected it, that should be how it is. That's why I don't understand how people end up getting voted to win these awards. I don't understand it. Like someone was telling me something about like it's a society or like
Some type of group vote
yeah, but like they were saying something about some like you basically pay your way in or something. I
in order
don't
to
really
vote.
know. Yeah, basically like some kind of like secret society club type thing is what I was getting at when I was having this conversation. But it's like
I won't lie and say I know, but I don't think that's quite right.
I don't know. I don't know, but that was bullshit. But yeah, so basically, long story short, Nikki needs to step down. She's too grown to be beefing with these 20-year-olds. Nobody cares. And also, it's just funny to me because she thinks that she's the OG and she's not.
Who would you give that label to?
Not her. Lauryn Hill, maybe. What is her name? Is it Lil Kim? Didn't Lil Kim come before Nikki?
Little Kim, Foxy
Or is that,
Brown,
yeah.
Queen Latifah. I can go back. MC Light,
Could
the
could
real
we say
Roxanne Shante.
yeah, so
There's been a few.
I ain't seen Nikki give flowers to none of them, but maybe Lauryn Hill.
I thought she gave props to Kim at one point, but I'm not 100% on that, so I could be lying.
Well, then that's 2 out of how many people that you just listed?
Well, I don't know how many people she runs across that she gets the chance to, but yeah, there's been a few, but I get it, man. Folks be sensitive, man. You put that shit out there, and you then put your heart and soul into it, and they don't get the praise. Or when somebody that does your same thing gets props for doing it, you're like, wait a minute, I was doing that same thing just a second ago. Another good example. But he didn't get rowdy about it. But Dave Chappelle in the was it Key and Peele? What was that name of that show? Because
I don't know.
you had the Chappelle show, and then you had it was a sketch show that came. My man that does the scary movies now. What's his name?
Oh, Key and Peele.
There you go. I said Peele,
yes,
huh?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. That's why I was like, what are you talking about?
I knew I didn't have it right, but then that was basically the Chappelle show just with 2 people.
And see, I haven't watched either one of those, so I wouldn't know anything about that. But
okay, well, never mind. Hey, fans, go ahead and let my daughter know that that's a true analogy that I just put out there.
Okay. Because wasn't Jordan Peele? Isn't he a comedian? Or wasn't he, or something like that?
Yeah, they both were.
That's crazy.
They did a lot of.
I would have never thought he was a comedian.
Yeah, did a lot of sketch comedy. I believe that he was the majority. No, I'm making stuff up. I don't know that for sure. I just was told he was more the creative side of it.
Of what, that show?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would believe it based off his movies. And
Do not quote me out there. I need to get on before I can get canceled, please. Thank you.
can we talk about how I don't think that, like, can you really cancel someone if someone doesn't care?
I'm not sure how that works.
Like, is it really canceling? Because some people be putting so much effort into canceling people or like trying to get others to hate on a celebrity when they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It does not matter to them. Like, like I remember when Summer Walker, I feel like she was kind of just getting like big or whatever at one point, and I want to say this is like when I was like early high school. There was this one girl who, like, we were cool, but I kind of stopped talking to her because she was just doing too much. Like, it was just doing too fucking much. Like, just trying way too hard to be an activist. And I'm like, okay, chill out. Like, it's really not that deep. I feel like I had posted like a picture of Summer Walker or something, like reposted on my Instagram story or whatever. And she slid up and she was like, really? You're going to support her? She's xenophobic. And I was like, well, I guess her music's good, like whatever. And she was like, well, you need to do your research, whatever, right? So then I had asked Tirit because, you know, and I had asked Tirit because, like, I'm pretty sure, and don't quote me on this either, I don't know the dictionary definition, but isn't xenophobic like basically racist against Asians?
I would be lying if I said for sure. I was going to ask you after you finished to tell me what that was. Because I thought a
Well,
xenophobe was like scared of aliens or something.
Oh, well, maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. It starts with an X. I'm pretty sure it's xenophobic, but basically what she was trying to say was that she was like racist against Asians because she was wearing an Asian dress and had chopsticks in her hair.
Oh my
And so I had
gosh.
asked Tirit, and I was like, hey, you know anything about this? And like, not to be like, oh, I have an Asian friend, like, you know, I gotta ask or whatever, like they're gonna give me their approval. But I was like, okay, if anyone's gonna know, like, he supports her, so what? Like, I'm just confused or whatever. And he was like, oh, I don't know, but I don't really care. But it's just like, you are trying, like, I don't know. It just gives me a headache because I'm like, my one listen or not listen is not going to change the trajectory of her damn fucking life. She's already rich. My one listen on Spotify is not going to do her nothing.
Well, that's part of what is jacked up about the internet as a whole. Is just that the fact that these people that have these opinions can say something. It's not that big a deal. If you feel that way about that, then so be it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to make or break that person one way or the other. And if you dig into, like, shit, I say 75% of the celebrities, you probably find some dirt you didn't like.
Right.
Chick-fil-A don't
Hold
seem to
on.
be going nowhere.
Hold on. Don't talk. Just a second. Okay, talk now.
Yes.
My AirPod died.
But yeah, as much as people are supposed to be outraged about that, I still see a line at Chick-fil-A.
Out the damn parking lot every single day.
Yeah. So unless everybody in there is terrible people, I don't. You know what I mean? Have your opinion, but you don't necessarily have to share it or be mad that somebody else doesn't agree.
Right. Or it's like, because it's like, okay, I'm not condoning that if she's racist to Asians or whatever the case is. But like, it's really not my problem. Like, that don't have anything to do with her music. Okay, if she's sitting here saying racial slurs and making fun of Asians' voices and mocking them or whatever in her music, okay, then maybe I won't listen to that song. But like, just like, I don't know. It's just too much. Because I could say the same thing about like Daniel Caesar. I don't know if you've ever listened to any of his music, but everyone was like super mad at him for being colorist, which is like, okay, yeah, it sucks, but like, again, what is my one listen gonna do for him? He's already got the money, he's already got the fame. What is my one unfollow on Instagram or my like one repost or not repost gonna do anything for him?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Just because everybody thinks that they have an opinion and their opinion matters, I don't know when that started, but it's a thing.
Yeah, it's very I don't even know honestly what the word is that I want to use.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I feel like this whole episode is gonna get us canceled.
Well,
but I don't care, so it's fine.
Let's get it out the way so we can get back on.
I was gonna say, because then once people are canceled, do they ever stay back? Like, do they ever stay down?
Oh, well, then unless what happened to Will Smith wasn't a full cancellation and it was just a pause, because he seems to be back like nothing really happened. He made it through the summer and he's good.
Yeah, he's thriving. But again, did he really care for real? And also, like, well,
I would say he cared.
you think so?
Oh, I think he really appreciates the public's opinion.
Well, then also, like, to me though, like, I feel like there was just a lot of talk. Do you think he really got like he was considered like canceled for a minute? Because I don't remember anyone being like, "Fuck Will Smith" basically for what he did,
I know.
other than the award show that he did it at.
All I know for sure is I did not hear the song "Summertime" all summer, and that's the first summer since the song came out that I have not heard that song.
Oh God,
So I'm not
poor
sure if
Will.
that's necessarily canceled, but that was a trip.
Huh? I didn't even notice that, but that is funny that you say that.
They did not play it all summer.
Hmm.
You didn't hear "Summertime" in the summer. You didn't hear "Nightmare on My Street" when it got close to Halloween. Usually they slide that one in there. You did not hear Will Smith on the radio. I heard more R. Kelly on the radio.
Bro, can we talk about R. Kelly real quick? Because
Yeah.
why is he still relevant?
Because every time there's a slow news day, they find him guilty for something else. I'm
God
like,
damn it.
that motherfucker doing 29-year million life sentences by now. And every time it seems like there's a slow news day, it's like, oh yeah, we don't have a lot to talk about. Hey, R. Kelly is found guilty of blah, 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 blah.
Man, and did R. Kelly even really break barriers like that for real? Like, what are we talking about R. Kelly for? Like, does anyone give a fuck about R. Kelly other than the grandmas?
You know what? My favorite one was I seen the other day where they said one of his victims has first rights to his royalties. And I'm like, what royalties? You made him stop playing his music. He's not getting any royalties. How does that help her?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What did how did that even occur? How did she get the royalties? Was that like, did that make up for it? Like, I'm just confused.
Yeah, I don't know. To pay for the damages.
I
Pay
just
for the damages. Sorry I ruined your childhood. Here's a couple bucks.
like, damn.
Go buy some memories.
Go buy some memories. Go buy some memories. And you're going to hell.
Yeah, probably. And the one fan we had
Is gone. Yeah. Yeah. Bye, my. Did you say bye, my?
Ah, shucks.
That is some shit.
Just saying, man. Just saying. Who else is on the short list? Yeah, Ice Spice would have been mine. Would ask. I'd have to ask somebody young because I know that's not. I'm not the demographic that she normally would be targeting, but I'd like to know where the hell did she come from? I don't understand at all.
Right.
And then there's another gal. I've never looked her up to see what she actually looks like, but Snow the product. Her
Mm,
she
I don't know that I
spits.
actually know who that is.
No, she spits. I was actually surprised by that. I don't know if she has more than one or two out there.
Well, maybe not by name, but maybe if if I heard the song or like if I seen her face, maybe.
And young Ma, does she not? Is it because she's a bull? Was it? It's not bull dyke. I know that's a bad one. It's what is it when you're the masculine on the lesbian side?
Oh,
You're
stud.
there. You go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, but is it because she's a stud? She doesn't get credit for being a female rapper.
Well, Young Ma is a damn genre in her own. Is she pregnant?
Stop it. I did
Did
not
you hear
hear
that?
that. I heard she was
You
in the
didn't hear that?
hospital. I heard she was in the hospital, but that's all I heard.
Well, okay. Well, let me actually reverse. I know that she's not pregnant because actually just seen a video because people were saying that she's like really sick and they're like, oh my God, like we're concerned for her, whatever. Because I guess she has like really bad jaundice right now. And some like barber posted a photo of her and they were like, well, one, why would you even post that? Two, like she looks sick as fuck. But there was a thing for a while where people were talking about how she was pregnant by Nick Cannon.
Oh hell. Oh hell. Well, if anyone could do it, it'd be him.
Yeah, people were talking about that because I think she put in a song something about her being pregnant,
Mm.
and so everyone was like, oh my God," and then obviously they were joking about the Nick Cannon part, but like, like I don't know if that was a joke or if it was just like a bar and everyone took it literally or what, because I don't remember, I didn't hear it. Like I don't know where that whole thing came from, but I remember for a little minute there was talk about Young Ma being pregnant.
Yeah, I missed that headline.
Yeah. But I don't know actually, because like I feel like Young Ma hasn't had much either since Ooh.
Yeah,
I feel like
nothing
I've heard
that's
one or two songs since then.
nothing that's hit the radio. But she's got. I mean, I've heard some tracks where I'm like, okay, she's solid.
Hmm.
She's solid.
Yeah, I think that she's definitely one of the good ones too.
Yeah.
And then I think there are some and like we I guess we're talking about now. I feel like there are some people that are just like really underrated. Like I will forever say Jasmine Sullivan is underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sullivan needs to rise up to the top. And you know who's been pissing me off? Kelly Clarkson. Because all I've been seeing on my damn TikTok is Kelly Clarkson doing all these damn covers of songs that she has no business covering. Because the other day she covered a Jasmine Sullivan song and that pissed me off.
Because she covered it. Did she do it okay? She could sing.
It was fine, but it's like you're not Jasmine. You're not her. You're not the queen. Sit down.
Oh goodness. Yeah,
You know who does need to step down?
Hmm.
Who needs to give it up? Mariah Carey.
I don't think she's gonna be relevant again until Christmas time.
But like she needs to step down every Christmas. Somebody else got to do the All I Want for Christmas Is You, because she can't do it anymore. Have you heard her live sing it since like a couple years back?
I seen the little clip when she was trying to walk on those high heels and had to have somebody walking with her. And I feel like she almost stumbled and broke her neck.
I'm like, Mariah, give it up. Please give it up.
She need a new Christmas anthem.
Like, because this one is old and played out, and we are done. We are tired. The girls are done.
Yeah, there's some of them songs that always comes back out. That Stevie Wonder version of "Happy Birthday" for Martin Luther King, that comes out everybody's birthday.
But yeah, so Kelly Clarkson and Mariah Carey.
See, that's too bad. I like Kelly Clarkson. It might be an old people thing.
That's funny. She's not bad. It's just when I seen that, I was like, "Girl, what are you doing?" And then after that, of course, I seen her cover every single song in the damn book.
Right.
And I was like, "Okay, give it up, Kelly. We seen it. How about you come out with some music and then we can talk?"
Hey, coach somebody.
Yeah, because what show was she on?
It's The Voice, isn't
singer?
it? Isn't it The Voice?
Is it The Voice? Who's on American Idol?
Oh, I'm not even sure
that?
who's on American Idol anymore.
Is American Idol even a thing anymore?
I think, but I haven't seen it in so long. Lionel Richie, I think he's one of the judges on American Idol.
Katy Perry too, I think.
There you
Unless
go.
this is like old seasons that I've been seeing, but Katy Perry, I think.
I think you're right.
Oh, and then what's his name? I don't know why I want to say Chris Stapleton, and I know that's not correct.
It's a singer.
Blake Shelton.
He's on The Voice.
Oh. Damn it. Well, I don't know what his name is. I know it's a country singer. But yeah. You know who else I think is very underrated? Which is kind of crazy to me considering that that like I just think the whole like Dreamville people, like I think they're all underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can equate the fact that some of these folks will be underrated with their desire or lack of for fame and fortune. I never got the impression that J. Cole was in it necessarily for the fame and fortune.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's... Yeah, because I guess, like, you're gonna be underrated if you're not promoting yourself and you're not with everything else, like, that everyone else is in right now.
Yep.
Because, like, you know, like we were just saying, like, you know, Glorilla and Ice Spice and Coil Ray, they're all about the memes. They're all about, you know, the TikTok. They're, like, on all the podcasts right now, like, whatever, like, guesting on a whole bunch of stuff. But, yeah, I guess you never really see the big people out there like that. Like J. Cole.
Yeah.
Or shit, really any of the... Yeah, I don't really see any of the Dreamville out there like that for real. Other than to perform.
That might be the difference. But that also allows them the time to come out with what I consider better quality stuff. But
right,
you ain't heard that from me because I ain't the type to gossip.
Which one do you think is better, Dad? J. Cole or Kendrick?
You know what? That's a tough one. I can appreciate J. Cole faster. Does that make sense?
What do you mean faster? Like,
It's a trip because I was thinking about it. J. Cole, I can listen to his and everything he's saying. I'm getting it as he's saying it. With
mm-hmm,
with Kendrick, I might have to listen to it 2 or 3 times before I'm like, oh, okay, now it makes sense.
mm-hmm. But I feel like that's the best way to do. It's kind of like with Jordan Peele's movies, how you got to watch it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and you're like, oh my fucking god, that was the best movie I've ever seen in my life.
And now it makes sense. But I don't always necessarily appreciate it. It just takes me a second to get it. I don't know if that part makes sense. But
Right.
yeah. Where I feel J. Cole drops it for me and I'm like, okay, that's a gem. Oh, love that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And Kendrick, it doesn't always hit me like that right up front. It takes a second or two. It's like, oh, okay, that was smooth. I see what he did there. I see what he did.
Right. I don't know. I wasn't like and I did not like Kendrick before, but like after this last most recent album or whatever that came out, I was like, oh my god, like that was so good to me.
Hmm.
I don't know, that Kendrick album ate.
But see, that's funny to me because that wasn't even necessarily what I would label as a really, really hip hop album. I'd say that was music. He did touched on a lot of different things in that album. I thought.
Right. And see, like, and I think that that's just what I like. Cause like there was that album. I really like Spillage Village. I don't know if you listen to them, but it's a lot of the Dreamville when they had like a little group or whatever that they were in.
Mm.
Really like Spillage Village. Which they talk about like a lot of real stuff and stuff like that. Cause I think a majority of them are from Atlanta. So that, they talk about like growing up in that scenario and stuff like that. What else? I don't even know, but I think that that's probably why I gravitated towards that album because he was talking about like that real shit,
That'll do it.
and you would do it too for a check.
That'll do it. Yeah. So that's probably what made me start bumping NWA.
Yeah.
You do get pulled into that because I know I'm ready for it. And if we're not talking about people leaving, can we talk about genres leaving? That damn mumble rap. We need to get the fuck out of here with that, man. When does that go away? Boy, if you
I don't
don't
even think.
enunciate.
Well, I just think that I feel like you and I are the only couple of people that really agree with that.
Man,
because people get a kick out of it. Remember, remember the A Biggie song, right? That. Yeah. T-Rit just bought his tour ticket, so.
Oh boy.
Can we cancel T-Rit?
Oh, he gets no leftovers.
He don't get no food on Thanksgiving.
Not near none.
He gets to starve.
I'm gonna make him stuffing, and I don't even know how to do it.
Yep.
He'll hate it.
Mm-hmm. He bought a ticket.
Yeah,
he was like, "Yep, let me some A Biggie." I was like, "Yep," and you're done.
Well, now. But with A Boogie though, I got to give him a little bit love because there are a couple songs that I like. That one though, where I was like, that was pretty lazy.
Yeah, I feel like everybody has like a lazy song, probably because like you gotta fit quotas or whatever. But
yeah, you just had 3 minutes to kill.
Well, because I was gonna say I feel like the laziest songs are the catchiest ones.
Because they're all
you be having that shit stuck in your head. Same thing with Rihanna's Work. Like that shit was such a bad song, but it stay in your head.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe there's a method to the madness, and we just don't really get it.
Right. That's a sign of success.
Yeah, maybe there is a method to the madness. Because, yeah, me personally, I don't get it. I would never put out a song like that. But I'm also not an artist for a reason. So.
Right. It's just my opinion, and I'm not going to get a bunch of people together so that we can all storm the castle and say that has to be right. It's just my opinion. If you dig it, shit. You like it, I love it. You know what? You be happy.
Right.
You be happy. Well, so good. I know you got shit to do. How are you feeling? Feeling good?
About the podcast or about getting my shit done?
Getting your shit done and your weekend coming up. It's going to be pretty exciting for you.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just nervous, I guess. But I don't really know why I'm nervous because this isn't the first time I've gone out and done something by myself. I guess this is just the first time that I've gone out like of state by myself. But
My
and
only
I don't really know why I'm stressing because like, and I was telling my mom this, a lot of the stuff that I like quote unquote need to get done isn't even something that I for real need to get done. Like, because I was like, I want to clean the whole house and I need to drop this podcast episode. No, I need to record this one and I need to do this and film this and I need to do this and that. And I'm like, okay, well, realistically, all I need to do is take out the damn trash. I don't got to do all that extra shit. I'm like, I got 2 assignments I need to do and I need to take out the trash and pack my bag and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
So
you tend to do that to yourself over the years, I've noticed.
and I don't really know why I do that or how to fix it. But my mom was saying the same thing. She was like, you need to just relax. Like, so, but I mean, I definitely will get the homework done. I'm in the middle. I have 2 assignments left or 3 assignments left that I can do tonight. There's a quiz that opens up tomorrow, but I won't be able to do that until I actually get to my friend's house. But that shouldn't be hard. It's like a music quiz, so that's really not that deep. And then need to pack my bag. I do feel better now though because I switched my shift tomorrow. I was supposed to work 7:30 to 1 and then I'd have to go to school right after that and then go straight on the road, but I switched my shift so I'm 5 to 10:45 and then I don't have to be at the school until around 1. And then I'll be there for probably like 2 hours, be on the road by 3. So it gives me some time in between cuz I'll definitely pack my bag tonight. Have all that stuff ready to go. And then tomorrow in between work and school, I'll just grab my stuff, my change of clothes, probably get food beforehand and just leave it in the car or something.
I'm just stressing that you need to make sure you get some sleep.
Yeah.
You get some sleep
Yeah.
and or a couple Red Bulls to keep next to you or something. I don't know what you do for a jolt, but
Yeah, I don't really know what I do for a jolt either. I'll probably get something. Even though I hate it, but yeah, I'll probably get something.
shit, you can straight shot one of them 5-hour energies.
Yeah, then I definitely won't sleep.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get you there in one piece.
Yeah. I'm hoping that it'll be better because it's like supposed to be kind of warm tomorrow, and I feel like in the heat I don't really be falling asleep in the car for real. And then since it should be broad daylight a majority of the time that I'm driving, at least I feel like I should be fine. Yeah, it's supposed to be 76 tomorrow, so
All right.
hopefully the sun in my face will help. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see, but I will keep you updated.
Yeah, I demand it.
I'll share my location with Derek too.
Appreciate that.
Okay. Well, I guess we can call it.
Yeah, did we touch on what we needed to touch on?
I don't know. I feel like this is just such like a there's so many different parts to this topic that we could probably go into and talk about, especially if we're a little bit more prepared. But yeah, I feel like there's just so many different aspects and things and categories that we could talk about and all that stuff. But
right,
we talked.
Right. This would probably be more a bit of a panel discussion than just you and I. That would probably be interesting if we had some different people, different ages to get their input.
Right.
Something.
That'll be the next poll. Everybody answer who you guys think needs to fall off.
Are you going to give them options or are you just leaving the door wide open?
Yeah, leave it wide open. They could do a Q&A.
That should be interesting.
If anyone answers it.
Right, we will get the one answer. We're looking forward to that one answer. Don't let us down.
All right. No. See you guys later.
Peace out, sauerkraut.
Only one more episode in season 1, and then it's on to season 2.
Dum, 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 dum.
Hopefully have some changes for you guys. Have some things in the works. Some things being talked about.
We will step up our game. Season 2 is going to be a cliffhanger. It's going to be all that in a bag of chips is what they used to say.
Tune in. Yep. Better than sliced bread. All right, guys. See you next week.
Love, peace, and hair grease.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of the Fricken Dad podcast.
Don't forget to save and rate and do whatever else it is that you do with podcasts. Tune in every Wednesday for our new episodes.
Follow us on our personal social medias for updates. They will be in the description. Follow me at I Crack Myself Up on Instagram to follow me on my comedy journey.
And me at It's Bellaboo with 2 A's on Instagram to follow me through the rest of my journey.
Again, tune in every Wednesday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And this is the Fricken Dad podcast.